Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it has been quite a while since I last did one of these sit down type of videos, but I thought that, we're due for a Q&A. I believe the last Q&A was pretty old. There are a lot of new people here and I'd love for you guys to get to know me. So I did post a Q&A story on Instagram where I can take in all of your questions, and I received so many that I'm so excited to answer. Like I said, obviously on Instagram I couldn't go in depth in the way that I wanted to, so I just have more freedom with YouTube, so I think we'll be delving deep. I think I should start with the basics. So the first question is عارفينا عن حالك, which means tell us about yourself. So I'll answer this both in Arabic and English because the question was asked in Arabic. So I'll start off with the Arabic. اسمي جنى العالمي. أنا دكتورة أسنان عايشة بالإمارات. دبي specifically. عايشة بدبي. عمري 27 سنة. رح أصير 28. So the translation to that is, my name is Jana Al-Alami. I am a dentist and I live in Dubai. I'm 27 years old, soon to be 28. There was also the second question, which is, how old are you? And I just answered that. So yeah. Third question is, where do you live? Which is in Dubai. Fourth question, are you studying in Istanbul? No, I am not. I am actually a graduate. I'm a dentist. I graduated from Near East University in Cyprus in 2021. So it's been a couple of years now. Never thought I would be old, but yeah. Question number 5. How is it like working as a dentist in Dubai? Personally, for me, this is where I envision living. This is where I envision working. So I can't really complain. I'm currently working in EHS and so far it's been wonderful, really. I've learned so much and I'm able to practice dentistry in such a clean manner. I don't have any complaints about practicing dentistry here. My story though is a little different because as a foreign graduate, you need 2 years of experience post-graduation along with a year of internship. I've already finished my internship here and I've finished 6 months of training, which is what they call as a clinical attachment. I need another 1.5 years to be eligible to practice as a general dentist in the UAE. All right, next question is, do you really like dentistry and why? I love it. I've always loved it. Growing up, I knew very early on that I wanted to be a dentist, which is crazy. I just knew that that is what I wanted to pursue. I actually also wanted to pursue singing, but I knew that that was unattainable anyways. So I had my backup plan was I will be a dentist. And I think that stems from my experience throughout my childhood. I've spent so much time in the dental office and I got really used to the smell and the materials that were being used, and I just kind of felt like a second home to me, honestly. So I was very keen on the idea, and I've had a lot of dental trauma growing up that I had to solve. Yeah, it just felt like my calling, honestly. I also love that it's very fulfilling. It's a very rewarding profession just because you're in the service of others. I love the artistic concept in dentistry. I also love the manual dexterity that it requires. I love working with my hands. So for me, that's something that I like to do, I guess. How is it like being in your late 20s? Because I am 27 and I would really love hearing about it. Honestly, I don't feel my age. I feel like I am a lot younger. I feel very young in my heart and in my soul. I've always felt that way. I've been told that many times. So I think I'm 20 years old. For me, age is just a number at this point because I truly do not feel like I'm in my late 20s or anything of that sort. However, I do want to say that you do have more wisdom with age. That's certain because of all the experiences that you're going to go through. But what's important is that you don't let it age your soul. So you can have that wisdom and you can still live a very young, youthful life as long as you believe in that. And that's what I believe. And that's the vision I like to have mentally. Yeah. So no, I don't feel old. Honestly, nothing has changed from my early 20s, mid 20s to my late 20s. I've been the same, I believe. Just a lot wiser. There is maturity there, but I feel like I look and I feel young and I like being around young people. A lot of my friends are actually super young. So I never had a problem with that, I feel like I can befriend people that are older and way younger and it just works. So it's all about your mentality going forward. Okay, next question. Can you tell us about your experience in Near East University for those who want to attend the university? Wow. Cyprus was a roller coaster for me. I do miss it, don't get me wrong. I actually, looking back, I love those days, and I wish I can go back just to experience it all over again. So it's a private university. It's a really big university. We're talking like 25,000 students. There was something new happening every other minute. It was very interesting, super exciting. You meet a lot of different people. There's crazy diversity in that university. You really learn to be independent. You learn to be responsible because you're living on your own. You know, you're abroad, you're studying abroad. It's an experience all on its own. The campus is very fun. There are activities every other day. There's something going on, you know what I mean? As for Cyprus, you get to experience all 4 seasons. So it's a very beautiful experience. It's challenging and tough, don't get me wrong. It needs a lot of perseverance, and you need to learn to depend on yourself, really. So you have to be an independent adult. But I think it changes you. I think it shapes you in a way. I highly recommend for a person to go abroad and live on their own and try to depend on themselves instead of living with your family. Even if it's for a short period of time, it just teaches you a lot, and it makes you value family time as well even more. The exams were challenging. I've had great experiences. Our professors were very professional and strong. All in all, it was an unforgettable experience for me. I reminisce about it. Okay, next question is, can you work with the degree from nearest university in UAE? Because I've heard that it's not accredited here. So I graduated in 2021, and back then it was accredited. I don't know about things right now, but back then it was smooth sailing for me. I got all of my paperwork finished pretty quickly, and I had no issues, you know. I was able to apply for my internship and everything else because they approved of my degree. So once they verify your degree, it's okay. But I recommend that anybody, even before you actually apply to a university, that you check in with your country of residence and you ensure that the university you're planning on going to is verified and accredited, so you don't face any issues coming back. So for dentists, we need post-graduation experience, like I said. For other majors, they didn't require anything. My sister's a food engineer and she worked immediately after she graduated, so she had no issues there. If you're in the healthcare field, then I recommend that you check these things and you always plan ahead. Try to study in the country that you want to practice in so you don't face the issues that I have faced. The 10th question is tips on getting a job in the UAE. I don't know why you guys think that I know how. I got a couple questions that are asking me the same thing. Honestly, I think in the UAE, connections really do matter, and your friends, your circle of friends will be able to land you something or even send in a recommendation. You should use social media to your advantage when you're looking for a job, and you can try on LinkedIn, Indeed. I think there are a lot of different apps as well where you can apply for jobs, and usually that's what works here. But yeah, if you have friends that can put in a word of mouth, you really have to try your best. You have to try to stand out in a way and work hard, and God willing, you can land a job. You just need to put in the work. Okay, what is the best advice you can give as a dentist is question number 11. People need to stop seeing their mouth as something that's separate from their general health. You know, your mouth is the gateway to your overall health, so you need to take great care of it, because that is anyways where digestion starts. I recommend flossing. I believe people need to floss at least once a day. I'm someone who flosses very regularly. I floss after every meal, and a lot of my friends call me crazy. Actually, I freaked them out. The first time that I met my friends in my clinical attachment the past 6 months, the first day, I had lunch and we were all sitting, and I was still getting to know them. They were getting to know me. But the minute they saw me flossing, they thought I was a crazy person. And they all gave me this look, this weirded out look, like, what's wrong with you? And I felt like I had to explain myself, even though we're all dentists and we are all trying to like maintain our oral hygiene. Yeah, they just gave me the weirdest look, and they still find it weird to this day, but it's kind of like a quirk now. And I've even influenced some of them. So I'm happy. I can be a good influence sometimes, you guys. So yeah, I highly recommend everyone to floss at least once a day, because brushing does not do everything. I think what people don't understand is that your teeth are a once in a lifetime. I know for a lot of people, they think, oh, it's easily replaceable. I can just get an implant. I could just get a crown. I can just do whatever. No, it's not like that. For us, it's so important to preserve the natural structure of a tooth for as long as we possibly can, because we know it is irreplaceable. Even the treatments that we provide, we are fully aware that they don't have that longevity that a natural tooth structure does. So it's always better to preserve and to prevent and to take care. I would always prefer natural teeth over veneers or crowns or whatever. You can never get that full function like you do when you have natural teeth. Even though we try and we reach a pretty close level, it's just never the same, and it's something that you have to keep maintaining and upkeeping and maybe even changing every couple of years. So that is something to keep in mind and to really understand. Another thing, don't wait until something hurts till you see a dentist. Please don't do that. You're making it worse for yourself. You're making it worse for us. I'm not talking financially. It's always better for us financially, but that's not how a dentist should really think. We always want the best for our patients. The sooner you guys come in, if you visit us routinely every 6 months, we are able to maintain and keep things on track. We can help you optimize your oral health. All right, next question. Okay, what is my best advice on life? Okay, I would say don't get stuck in the past and don't worry about the future. It's better to always focus on the present. Always take care of your health and surround yourselves with your loved ones and your friends and your family. These are the people that matter the most, and you have no idea just how much of the positive impact that they have on you and on your mental well-being as well. Besides that, make time for what you truly enjoy. Don't spend your time being miserable or being in situations where you feel unhappy. Go and do something that you love. Go and do something that you enjoy. Maybe even do it with people that you love. And I always recommend that you lead with love and kindness, because that is something that's unforgettable. And you'll always be remembered for being a kind soul and for having a good heart. Another advice I would give is to not be too trusting of everybody, and not very quickly either. I think you need to give trust slowly, and trust should be given to those who earn it. Fuck that, I'm just kidding. Please let actions speak louder than words when you are getting to know someone and you're confused whether to trust them or not. I think watch their actions, ignore their words. And my last advice, I know I gave multiple, but my last advice would be to always trust God's plan. Have full faith in God, have tawakkul, sabr, like patience. Like, you're gonna get what God has written for you no matter what. Trust Him and His power and His divinity. Next question. Someone asked, how costly is braces or Invisalign in Dubai? Braces range around I think 5,000 to 15,000 if I'm not mistaken, for conventional braces, which are the metallic ones. But if you're looking for Invisalign or clear aligners, then there's a range for that, and it's usually 15,000 to 25,000. I'm talking generally here, but it can obviously differ from clinic to clinic. Of course, private practices can have their own pricing. Okay, next question. Is 28 too late to get braces? No, there are people that are getting their braces in their 30s and their 40s. So no, it's never too late. You can start. We tend to see even pretty good results later on in life. It's not an issue. Next question. Where is it? Somebody asked if I am single. Yes, I am. Next question. How did you find a job in UAE? When you're in like the medical field, you know exactly where you're going to end up and the institutes or the authorities that you have to reach out to. So it was very easy for me to kind of figure my way out in terms of what I have to do before getting my license. Of course, once I get my license, it's going to be a little difficult because I will have to reach out to private clinics. It's all going to depend on the vacancies. Like, I can't be 100% sure that I'm going to get hired anywhere. The thing is, you can have some good connections. So I do have some good connections. Social media plays a big role. A lot of clinics can reach out to you and request that you can work for them or be part of their team. So it really depends. I believe this is rizq at the end of the day. Like, it's something that God has written for you, and you just really have to try your best. But like I mentioned before, you guys have to check different apps. Maybe you can get into different groups on Facebook that have job listings and stuff like that. But yeah, I wish you the best of luck, by the way. Whoever asked about jobs, I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope that you get the job that you want and that you have a prospering future as well. Okay, next question. My height, question mark, question mark. Okay, I'm pretty short. I'm 160 on a good day. Sometimes I'm 158, 159, but majority of the time I get 160. So I like to think I'm 160 centimeters, which is around 5'2.5" or like 5'3". So yeah, that's pretty good for me. Next question, any hidden talents? So they're not really hidden, but I sing. I used to sing before. I don't do it as much anymore. I don't know why. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to be a singer growing up. It was unattainable for me. So dentistry was my passion and my purpose in life. But I do love singing. I still do every now and then. I kind of do it when I'm in the car or when I'm driving, but I don't do it as often as I used to. I used to sing nonstop when I was younger, especially during high school. I love it. It's a creative outlet for me. It's a way of expression. I also love drawing or like painting. I'm not very good. I'm not a professional, not Picasso here, but I like creative outlets and I like expressing myself through art in all its forms. and I was a very musical kid growing up. I was so musical to a point where I had music class in school. It was my favorite class. I would look forward to it. Anytime I'd learn a song, I'd come back and I'd sing it to my parents, and they'd be recording me on their little Nokias. I don't know if you guys know, but the old Nokia where you record a voice memo. I have many of those where I was actually singing, and I sounded really good for an 8-year-old, 9-year-old. My parents were very supportive of me growing up when I was singing. They just did not want me to pursue it as a career, and I totally understand that. I actually don't think it would suit me career-wise. I prefer dentistry for sure, but it was something that I really loved, and I have a love for instruments. I learned to play the piano a bit. I've stopped a long time ago, but I am a pretty musical person. Next question. What music do you like listening to? So I have a lot of artists. Oh my god. I listen to a lot of different music. English, Spanish, Russian. For English, my favorite artists got to be The Weeknd, Drake. I love Ghostly Kisses, The Neighborhood, Cigarettes After Sex. I just have eclectic taste. Like, I can't remember things off the top of my head right now, but I can like write them for you guys. I think that's so much better. I can like do my research because I listen to so much. So many different artists. I really value their art. Spanish, I love. My favorite has got to be Murad. I love his music. Bad Bunny, a couple others. I can't remember the names. I'll also list them for you guys. I'm learning Spanish, by the way. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm doing pretty well. It's just a goal that I've set for myself because I want to be able to speak 4 languages, and so far English, Arabic, and I know a little bit of Turkish because I was in Cyprus, and now I am mastering Spanish, so I'll be multilingual very soon. As for Russian, I listen to Ivan Valiv, Sayonara Boy, Rahbet. I'm not sure if I pronounced his name right. Many others. Did you clear the pre-metric exam of Dubai? Was it hard? No, I haven't, because I need another 1.5 years of clinical attachment to be eligible for the exam. But I heard that it's pretty easy, so good luck for you. Next one, are you a dentist? How's the experience? Yes, I am. It's great here in the UAE. Do you plan on doing a specialization? Have you done any courses? Yes, I do plan on specializing. I'm not gonna say when or where or how, but the plan is there. And I've done courses before. I've done 2 courses, one which was a fellowship in advanced endodontics, and then I also did aesthetics and veneer preparation course. Other times I attend webinars or symposiums, conferences. I like to seek knowledge, honestly. How many selfies does it take you to get one? Okay, this is such a weird question, but honestly, it takes me a couple. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, you know, I get it first shot. No, I would say maybe the range is 5 to 10, and then I stop there. And if I don't like anything, I try another day because I don't want to end up confusing myself too much. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? That is such a good question. So some of these I have answered on Instagram, by the way. I'm just going to elaborate further if I can, or repeat my answer. I hope to be a very well-known, successful dentist, specialized. I dream of being fulfilled mentally and physically. I hope that I can maintain my fit physique. I want to be able to stay fit and healthy. I want to thrive in my career. I want to continue to have my friends and my family and my loved ones as my support system. I hope that I can make a positive impact. I wish to pursue my goals. Yeah, be happily married, I think. So yeah, 5 years. Let's see what I'll achieve. Hopefully all of those, because I achieve what I put my mind to. Have a bunch of questions, but for now my gum is bad. I visit a dentist regularly, but no chance. Guys, if you have issues with your gums, I wanted to answer this because maybe many of you are struggling. You need to floss at least once a day. You need to brush your teeth twice a day. The brushing technique, maybe some of you are doing it this way. I recommend that you go in kind of like a circular motion and to angle your toothbrush to go from the gum line towards the edge of the tooth. All right, so we're going in this way. We can do also inside. Please don't do aggressive horizontal. The trick here is not to be aggressive, not to use a hard toothbrush. Be gentle, but be effective with your technique and with your hand movement. You are supposed to notice an improvement, especially if you're getting regular cleanings in the dental office. We're talking every 6 months. If there is no difference and you feel like there's something really weird with your gums, then I recommend that we do a blood test. Okay, we have to check if you have any vitamin deficiencies, anything of that sort. If you're on any medication, hormones, is there something going on? We also have to rule out if you've got any veneers or crowns, as they tend to exacerbate anything if they're done poorly, if the patient isn't following proper hygiene. Next question, do you recommend getting veneers? No, guys, no, I don't. If you don't need it, don't fall for that. Don't get it. It is recommended and indicated for certain cases or in certain conditions. Majority of people I'm seeing recently are doing it just because, and I don't like that. There are a lot of negatives unless they are done right, and the people who do it right aren't many. We can try conservative approaches, and if none work and you're not satisfied, or we see that this can be improved drastically or that the case requires it, then we would definitely recommend veneers, and we would do it with so much care and precision, so you don't have to worry there. I do recommend getting multiple opinions and go to a dentist that you trust. At least one of them, you need to have blind trust in them. So your skincare routine products that you use. So I answered this. I actually want to show you the products I might show you. I have non-negotiables every day. I need to cleanse once, typically at night before I go to bed. And I like to moisturize, and I like to use a sunblock. For the moisturizing, I do that repeatedly throughout the day whenever I feel like my skin doesn't feel as dewy. For my sunblock, I also reapply every couple of hours. The brands that I like to use is Cetaphil, and for moisturizer I use Cetaphil as well, along with Vaseline. I know that it can be irritating for some, and I don't recommend it for everybody because it can be comedogenic, but for me, I felt like it doesn't cause any issues. It's a very minor amount, so I don't recommend that you lather yourself with it. It's fine if you have normal to dry skin, but if you have acne prone or oily skin, I don't know if Vaseline would be for you. I'm not a professional. Everybody is different. There's also the concept of genetics. They play a very big role here, and you should always keep that in mind. And how your skin looks and how your skin ages, it's all heavily reliant on genetics, by the way. Occasionally, I'd like to use a niacinamide, vitamin C, copper peptides. Like, it's not a daily thing that I'd put. It's like every other day, maybe I'll alternate between them depending on what I feel like my skin needs. Every week or 2 weeks, I'd use a chemical exfoliant, because you shouldn't be using a physical exfoliant just to clear out my skin. A thing that I want to change about myself. So my overthinking, for sure. I'm an overthinker. Be stuck in the past or be worried about the future, which I've mentioned before, and it's something that I'm actively working on, and I'm trying to be just more present in the now. It's a work in progress, of course. I think that's the price of being emotionally intelligent. A lot of people tend to tie it to overthinking or being empathetic, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Next question. Lots of love from Pakistan. Love you. Free Palestine. Hell yes. Your fave cafe in UAE. I have so many. For coffee, I like Joe. I like Milk Bakery. Has Find. I like Saddle as well. For matcha, Trio has to be top for me. I also like Knot. I like Dips. Claro. Guys, I forgot to mention that I'm Palestinian in my get to know me. I'm from Jerusalem. Okay. Makeup essentials. Mascara, cream blush, a lip liner with a lip balm, or just a lip balm or lip gloss. 33. نصائح إذا حدا بفكر يفتح قناة على اليوتيوب. So this person asked, give us some advice or tips if anyone is planning on starting a YouTube channel. I don't know if this is a girl or a guy who asked. I'll answer that first in Arabic. هلا صراحة إنه الواحد يفتح قناة على اليوتيوب فكرة كتير حلوة. أول شيء لازم تكوني عارفة شو المحتوى اللي بدك تصوريه، شو المحتوى اللي بدك تنزليه. لازم تتعلمي كيف تعملي editing للفيديوهات، وكمان لازم يكون في consistency. لازم تحاولي تصوري قد ما بتقدري، وإنه فعلا يكون عندك هاي الرغبة إنك تستمري بالتصوير. بس هو إشي كتير حلو، أنا بشوفه ك creative outlet بالنسبة لي. تقدري أنتي تفرجي شطارتك ومهاراتك بقناة اليوتيوب. لازم يكون عندك الهدف ويكون عندك القصة كاملة. صراحة العربي عندي لما بحاول ألاقي الكلمات بالإنجليزي بحاول أقلبها لعربي شوي مو متعودة، فأنا آسفة. I'm trying to say it in the way that I mean it. بس راح أحكيه كمان بالإنجليزي. I do recommend someone starting a YouTube channel. My advice would be is that you need to learn how to edit first and foremost. It's what I did first. Like, I learned how to edit videos, and I had a clear idea of what I wanted to film, like the timeline, the different video ideas. I recommend that you write them down. هاي النقطة. أي فكرة عندك إياها بدك مثلا تعملي فيديو عن الموضوع، اكتبيهم على ورقة. بلشي أسسي الأفكار اللي بدك تصوريها عشان يكون عندك على الأقل بيس موجود، وبعدين تعلمي كيف تعملي الأديتينج ومن هالأشياء. بس تصوري بتحسي إنه you have a plan. عرفتي علي؟ Always start with the different topics that you have, the different video ideas, and then learn how to edit. Give yourself a week or two. It's exactly what I've done. I learned how to edit from YouTube. I actually watched a couple of YouTube videos and I figured out the gist of things. Yeah, I started filming and I already had a couple videos ready before I posted the first one. So it's not like I filmed and I posted one and then I had to film another. because I just wanted to be consistent in the first period. So I filmed a couple and then I started posting them. فهي نصيحة كمان إنه صوري أكتر من فيديو وبعدين صيري انشريهم عشان ما تنقطعي، يعني ما تحسي إنه أوكي أنا نزلت أول فيديو وصورت هلأ لازم أرجع أصور فيديو تاني. لا، أريح لك إنك تصوري تصيري تنزلي وقت معين كل أسبوع مثلا. حسيت إنه هاي تip صراحة بتنفع وساعدتني كتير أنا كمان أضلي consistent. فبس فلاك إن شاء الله بيوفقك يا رب. Okay, next question. عارفينا على دراستك، كيف درستي بالإمارات وكيف لقيتي شغل؟ أوكي، أنا ما درست بالإمارات، أنا درست بقبرص. وكيف لقيت شغل؟ I think I answered that in another question. لما الواحد بيكون في مجال الطب بيكون عارف الهيئات الصحية اللي لازم يتواصل معها وشو المستلزم أو اللازم إنه يعمله. I had an idea already وتواصلت معهم وزبطت أموري. بس أكيد بعد ما أخلص لازم أقدم للعيادات الخاصة، وهذا أكيد بده شغل وبده معارف وبده هالأشياء. فأهم إشي المعارف، وأهم إشي يكون عندك سوشيال ميديا قوي، في أبس معينة زي اللينكد إن وإنديد إنه تكوني بتنزلي السي في هناك ويو أبلاي على أي شواغل مثلا بتلاقيها. Share your fitness routine. I've always been an active, athletic kid growing up. I used to play a lot of sports in school. Every year we have like an Olympics day or something like that, and I was always involved in multiple sports. I've always seen myself as someone that's sportive. I like to stay in shape. I have been going to the gym consistently since January 2022. I've been lifting weights. Yeah, it's just something that I started and I felt like I can't stop doing anymore. It's part of my lifestyle now. I would lose my mind without the gym, honestly. It has done wonders for both my mental and my physical well-being. So it's something that's a non-negotiable for me. I need to work out and I need a gym in my proximity. What I do in the gym, I lift weights. I do weight training around 2 to 3 times a week, and my main focus is my glutes and my quads, which is legs day or lower body day. I don't necessarily do a lot of upper body. I used to, honestly, when I was in my bulking phase. I did both lower body, upper body, and I had equal focus on both, but now I focus mostly on my lower body. My upper body, every now and then I'd work just to maintain whatever muscle mass I have there. I've grown a lot of muscle mass and I've lost body fat, and I tend to eat either in a calorie deficit or in my maintenance. It depends on my goal for the time being. I haven't bulked in quite a while, and I walk almost daily for 30 minutes. I prefer low to medium intensity cardio, and yeah, I find that walking is very therapeutic and I enjoy it. I received a lot of lovely messages. I think I'm done with the questions, honestly. They're just either super sweet or supportive messages, and I just wanted to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. I can't thank you guys enough for the support, because I wouldn't be here if it weren't for that. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I received some really funny questions. They were actually marriage proposals, but A for effort, guys. Like, thank you. I appreciate that. It was really funny. Thank you guys for watching my YouTube video and for being such a wonderful support system. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A, and I hope that I answered every single question. Please let me know if there's anything else you'd love to see from me. Please leave it in the comments, or you can DM me on Instagram. I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching.